All right, good morning. The court's going to take up the next case on the court's docket. This is cause number C200071CPS. This is in the interest of Alexis Moreno and Anna, Adelina, Alea, and Anaya Valadez, children. The case is set for a permanency hearing and pretrial. The case is currently set for trial September 15th, 2021 at 2 p.m. The hearing today is being conducted pursuant to emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court via Zoom video conference. Participating in the hearing today on behalf of the department is Supervisor Lauren Wilde and Managing Attorney Amy Lurs. The mother of the child is Desiree Enriquez, who I believe is participating in our hearing today. Brad Harrelson is her attorney ad litem, and Mr. Harrelson is also participating in the hearing today. The father of the child, Alexis, is Andrew Michael Moreno, who was personally served February 8, 2021. I don't believe, he is not participating in the hearing today. Court would take judicial notice that the court has filed that the court, he had previously made a request for a court-appointed attorney, and the court had denied that request based on him not qualifying as indigent. No attorney purporting to represent him has entered an appearance in the case on his behalf since that time, and he has not subsequently filed any new request for a court-appointed attorney. The father of the other children is Severo Valadez Jr., who is incarcerated in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Facility. He is not present. The court has appointed Ray Lifesty as his attorney ad litem, and Mr. Lifesty is present. The attorney and guardian ad litem for the child is Dan Edwards, and Mr. Edwards is participating in the hearing today. Also participating in the hearing today, I believe, is Juanita Hernandez, who is the current relative caregiver for the children. The children are excused from participating in today's hearing. All right, if we're ready to proceed, yes. I'm gonna ask, let's see, Ms. Wilde, Ms. Enriquez, Ms. Hernandez. I believe that's everybody I have. If each of you could raise your right hands, please. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give today before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Ms. Lurs, if you are ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, first, the department would like to apologize to the parties in the court. Our report was filed late. The caseworker has unfortunately been on quarantine and had difficulty in getting it done timely. That being said, we'd call Ms. Wilde to the stand.
Well, let me back up. Is there any objection to go ahead and proceeding with the hearing today with the permanency report being filed less than 10 days?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, then go ahead, Ms. Lurs.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Wilde,
Yes.
Are you the supervisor of Ms. Ramirez, the caseworker assigned to this case?
Yes.
And let's start with the children. Where are the children currently placed?
They're all placed together in Hale City, Texas, with the younger four girls' paternal grandmother.
And how are the children doing in that placement?
They're all doing very well. That's the placement that they've been in the entirety of this case. They're very bonded with Ms. Hernandez and her significant other, Mr. Placencio. They're thriving. They're up to date on medical. I think they need an updated dental, but they're all thriving and doing very well. And I noted on the court report that Alexis is 16 in the top section. She's actually 15.
Thank you. And are the caregivers needing anything from the court that you know of today?
Not that I'm aware of. The family recently became licensed through the DFPS FAD program. So we're all excited to see that.
And what's the permanency plan for the children?
Relative adoption is the primary goal.
And you mentioned that they're with the relative of the 4 youngest children, is that right?
Yes,
Would Alexis Moreno also be adopted by this person?
yes,
And does she have a longstanding relationship with Ms. Hernandez?
yes.
And let's start with the mom. She's present in court today. Can you tell the court, what kind of progress she's made on her services?
She's made minimal to no progress in regards to her service plan.
Okay. And what about Mr. Excuse me, Moreno?
He's also made very little progress.
And what about Mr. Valadez Jr.?
He's been incarcerated throughout this case.
What's the permanency plan for the children?
Relative adoption with a concurrent goal of unrelated adoption.
Now, this case has been extended, is that correct?
Yes,
And it's currently set for a trial on September 15th, 2021 at 2 p.m.
yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to approve the current placement of the children?
Yes,
You're asking the court to keep the current trial date?
yes.
Your Honor, I've passed the witness.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Harrelson, any questions?
One, Your Honor. Ms. Wilde, the court screen says TDCJ for my client's present. I understood that she's in Tom Green County Jail. That stands for the same thing. I mean, if you have the initials, I just want to clarify. We're in Tom Green County Jail and not in TDCJ as in Texas prison system, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's all. And just to let my client know, I will be coming to visit her pretty soon, but I've just not been able to up until this point.
All right, thank you. All right, let's see, Mr. Lifest, did you have any questions for Ms. Wilde?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Edwards, did you have any questions for Ms. Wilde?
Just a couple, Your Honor. Ms. Wilde, are you aware of the problems that Ms. Hernandez has had with the mom?
Yes, sir.
And what is your understanding of those problems?
Based on what the caseworker has informed me of, prior to mom's incarceration on July 11th, when she was not incarcerated prior to that, she would send messages to Ms. Hernandez. I'm not sure in what format, but Ms. Hernandez was receiving messages or threats that Ms. Enriquez was
Objection,
wanting.
Your Honor, that's hearsay.
I'll sustain that.
Now, Mr. Moreno has stated that he is perfectly happy with his daughter being with Ms. Hernandez. Is that correct?
Yes,
And Mr. Valadez has also stated, hadn't he, that she's his mom, right?
right.
Okay. And he's also happy with his kids being with his mom. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Lurs, did you have any other questions for this witness or other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Harrelson, do you have any witness you want to call for today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lifeste
No witnesses, Your Honor.
and Mr. Edwards, any other witnesses or matters?
Yes, I'd call Ms. Hernandez.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, if you could unmute your device, please.
Okay, yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Edwards.
Okay. Juanita, you and I have talked on the phone numerous times, haven't we?
Yes, sir.
And you were getting phone calls from the mom quite a bit before she got incarcerated, right?
Yes, sir.
What was she threatening to do?
That she was gonna steal the 2 little ones.
That she was gonna come get them and take them?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm
You
sorry.
know how many times that she called you and threatened to do that?
The last call that I had from her, it was last Sunday, but I didn't answer my phone.
Do you know how many times she has called and threatened to do that?
She sent me messages and she sent me pictures of her and her boyfriends. and messages about the girls. She's gonna bring somebody to beat me up and my husband up so she can take the girls.
And you've called me pretty much every time she's done that, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have you had problems getting in touch with the caseworker here?
Yes, with Yesenia, I had a lot of problems getting in touch with her. I've been texting her and she never called me back or text me back or nothing.
Do you have a courtesy worker up where you live?
Yes, sir. Her name is Daniela. She's a very good lady that I work for, which she's working with me right now.
Okay. And you can get in touch with that caseworker, is that correct?
I get in touch with the one that I got here, Daniela.
Yeah.
But she want me to report it with Yesenia. But Yesenia, I don't know where she is. I think she's sick because I've been calling, I've been texting, and I never heard nothing from her.
As far as your part of this, you've done everything that has been asked of you, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I got everything. The girls are ready to go to school. They got everything on them. They got dental. It was the last. They got the glasses. It was the last thing that I needed. And everything is done for them. They're ready to go to school next week.
And you're ready for the adoption when the time comes, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for that too.
Okay. That's all I have. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Can
Thank
I ask
you.
him something?
No, ma'am, I'm sorry. Ms. Lures, did you have any questions for Mr. Hernandez?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harrelson, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lapesti, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
And Mr. Edwards, I think Ms. Hernandez had an inquiry of you. Do you want to inquire her what that is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Hernandez, you were saying that you had something else you wanted to say. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I just
Okay.
wanted to ask y'all because next month I'm going to Kansas for a revival that we got every year. And I wanted it for them to give me the okay so I can take the girls. It's just a couple of days. We be over there for 4 days. We come back so they don't miss a lot of school.
Okay. I'm sure that Ms. Wilde will contact you and make arrangements to get the paperwork done so that will be approved, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Wilde, will you do that, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, anything else from anyone for today?
No, Your
Right.
Honor.
No, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
The court is going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of the children and continue the children in the current placement this time. Thank you, Ms. Hernandez, for everything you're doing for these children while this case goes on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
The trial remains set at this point in time on September 15, 2021 at 2 p.m. Mr. Lifesti, do you know at this point, are you planning on requesting a bench warrant or to have Mr. Valadez otherwise participate?
The last time I spoke with him, he made it apparent that he would like to participate. The facility, I'm not certain about participation by Zoom for him, but I'm going to check into that. And if he still insists on being present and we cannot get him there electronically, then I will be asking for a bench warrant.
Well, if you need to, certainly request that well in advance of the trial so we can get that arranged where he can be out to jail where we can should be able to get him to participate by Zoom from there if we can't do it at the prison. But thank you for your efforts. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is required to notify any parent in this type of case that because of the nature of these proceedings, your parental custodial rights and duties to your children may be subject to restriction or even termination, and your progress on any court orders or plan of service will be reviewed at future hearings in this case. Ms. Enriquez, I believe Mr. Harrelson is going to be out there to visit with you. He's been appointed to represent you in the case. recommend you get with him to discuss your position in the case. I'm not taking as true anything that was stated today about your contacts or alleged threats about the caregiver, but I would want to caution you that if evidence is presented that to the court at the time of trial that's been occurring, that could result in additional sanctions being imposed against you or could impact you adversely in this case. So if that's been going on, it sure needs to stop. All right, thank you. That will be adjourned.